Another comparison video. This time this with the Sony ZV E10 and with the Canon V1. Which one looks better? Right, this is a walking and talking test. Both Canon and Sony are on their standard picture profile. The only difference is the Sony has a 1/4 mist filter while the Canon has an ND filter. And the shutter speed for the Sony is 1/60, because I'm gonna stabilize this Sony footage using gyro data via gyroscope. Which one is more stable? This is a zoom test part 2 because I adjusted the Sony ZV E10's shutter speed because it was too overexposed. I don't have an ND filter at the moment on the Sony ZV E10, so which one looks better? So far I really like both cameras. The reason why I bought the Sony ZV E10 is because I want super smooth video, and with Sony cameras they have built-in gyroscope data which you can use Catalyst Browse or Gyroflow to stabilize the footage. So this is an example. This is with the Gyroflow on while the Canon is on standard stabilization. Which one is more stable? So I may have overexposed the Sony a little bit. It was plus 0.3 exposure comp, so it's better. I've switched to aperture priority on the Sony since it doesn't have an ND filter, so I bet the Canon is much more, has that motion blur, while the Sony feels really choppy. So this is a good test because it's really dark in there. Let's see how they adjust. This is a panning test. This is a panning test. So there's wonderful place here near Shelly Beach, which I want to fly a drone. I think the conditions are great for flying a drone. It's not that windy. Let's give it a go. Again, I may have overexposed the Canon. Forgot to turn the variable ND on, so this should be a bit better. Right, this is with enhanced stabilization on the Canon V1. This should really test the stabilization on both. This is the place, Miners Beach, where I want to fly the drone. Wish me luck. Hopefully the drone comes back to me. Okay, it's time to fly the drone. Hopefully it'll come back to me. Yes, the drone came back to me. Alright, I think that's it for this quick comparison video between the Sony ZV E10 and the Canon V1. In terms of battery life, I gotta give it to Canon, because Canon's battery is still almost full, like more than 75%. Well, the Sony ZV E10 battery percentage is down to 56%. So let me know which has the best, which has the better image quality between the two. But see you in the next video.